Yo, blessings, 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 blessings. Rebel advocates in the building. What's going on? What's going on, people? What's going on? Welcome to the Rebel Advocates. Today, the podcast. Welcome to the Rebel Advocates, the podcast that delves deep into complex and controversial scenarios, topics, anything, right? Tonight, we're going to talk about the topic of relationships between prisoners and staff, prison staff. It's me here, teacher here, together with my peoples here. I'll be bringing them in a minute. We'll navigate the intricate web of emotions, ethics, and human connections that exist within the walls of incarceration. Okay, so tonight we're gonna explore the boundaries of forbidden love, the power dynamics at play, and the consequences that unfold when lines are crossed. Okay, thoughtful insight from my guys here, who's going to come in and tell you a minute. Going to have provoking discussions and compelling stories. We'll shed a light on the subject matter that challenges societal norms and raises important questions about justice, rehabilitation, and the human capacity for compassion. So stay locked in with your headphones or whatever you're listening on, because it's going to get deep. You know what I'm saying? So, is anybody in there? Who's here?
Oh, go on.
Yeah, what's happening, man? Go
Oh,
on,
man like Artie and Johnny in the building. Everybody cool, yeah?
There, man. There.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. All good, guys. All good.
Yeah, blessings, everyone. Blessings. So, okay. Shall we shall we start it off with the prison staff and relations, yeah? Or shall we go?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let's start off with the prison staff and relations, yeah?
Go on.
Yeah, it's a good chat.
So let's have a butcher's here. We all know about that. Man like Johnny, I know, so you know you got first hand you got big knowledge on that. So I'm gonna start off with you, bruv. You understand? So what? Listen, yeah. Are these people predators? Are these women predators? Because like, it's a bit mad, isn't it? It's a bit mad when I don't know. My friend, tell me what you think? Because I look at it and see these people are like opportunists. You understand? Trying to prey on guys that will guys that drop their standards. You understand? Because of whatever, what else, and decide to go into this and in a relationship with these people, because I don't really think anybody they would really like to. But I don't know. What do you think, sir? Sorry.
You asked my opinion. I think is a bit of them being predators, and is a bit of was it manipulation? What's the word? Manipulate.
Manipulation.
Yeah. It's a bit of that as well, because it's like you said, I've seen it firsthand and I've experienced it firsthand in it. So it's like I know how it goes in it, but they do like the females do prey on you a bit, because my experience is either they're not getting it at home, or they just love the attention in it. They love the attention. When they're coming, well, you know it, teacher, when they're reaching into work and you got like all of like 1,000 men like whistling after you and wanting to chat to you and certain things, and they love it, man. Then you see them all start do their makeup and their nails and certain traits. You see it, man. And when you start paying them like saying stuff, oh, your hair looks nice today, and they start to get infatuated with you and stuff, and it's what one woman did say to me one time in there, when she goes, I see you more than my bloke, because I'm seeing you all 12 hours a day. I'm not seeing my bloke 12 hours a day. And you got to think, they will at first, they'll try and be totally like do their job, be professional with everything, but after a while they'll start to take to you because they're seeing you all the time, and they're becoming like you're starting to grow, like you're starting to bond with them and grow with them, and then if before you know it, you're there getting a piece. You get it, so it's a mad thing still, but it is them. It is them. I reckon it's more them preying on the vulnerable because they know what you want and they got it and they know you're not getting to go home to get it. So it's either you take away what they're giving you or you go without in it. So they know what they're doing, man. They know what they're doing.
I've been looking at an article, okay, and this article said that this came out in March of this year, okay. In this article, this paper, we're not going to say the paper's name, right? But this article came out and it said that the number of wardens having affairs with criminals rocketed by 89% in 3 years. You understand? So and what is it? They include one of the persons had the lover's cell number tattooed on their inner thigh. And they had they've been sending explicit photographs. You understand? What did they say? Figures released under the Freedom FOI Act shows 5 male and 31 women prison officers have been sacked for misconduct in the past 3 years.
That's right.
So it's not a small thing. This is a serious thing. You understand? It's a serious thing. What's going on? So all right. Artie, what do you know about this thing?
Yeah, I was doing a bit of reading as well, and I mean, like you said, it was 89% over 3 years. So look at just over 30% every year, and it's rising all the time. I was reading an article. I won't name the woman in question, but she had a very intimate relationship with a guy, and she'd racked up 3,451 calls. You know what I mean, to his cell, and it totaled 380 hours.
Yeah, it's a lot.
And they bypassed the security system of the prison. And long story short, she ended up getting a 12-month prison sentence. I think reduced to 8. But then the dude got an extra 10 months on his as well. You know what I'm saying? He was doing 14 years.
And that's a little bit of liberty, isn't it? Why is he getting extra time?
That's what I'm saying, man. You know what I mean? Because she's in a position of power that she arguably shouldn't be abusing, you know what I mean? If you're looking at it morally and ethically, you know what I mean? And
she's the one. She's the one.
That way,
Sorry.
you know what I mean?
Yeah, she's the one. She's got the power. Yeah, that's right. She's got the power, so she should be the one holding the thing more so. But it's funny, isn't it? I'm sure that differs whether it was a man in a female prison. Yeah, do you know what I mean? I'm not sure because I didn't really check up on that one, but I don't think they would put it on the man. I checked out another thing and it was like Predator. It was like Predator stuff in America, right? It was from American statistics, and it was like predatory stuff, and they were looking at all these men as crazy motherfuckers, as they should be. You understand? But
yeah, sure.
Put it on the other side. That's another thing. Sorry. Women are looked at as really they don't really look at them as predators. I don't understand that. Sorry, go on, sir.
No, you're right. Like you said, it can work both ways. It doesn't always just work one way, does it? I think that's the general perception that it's been, sadly, but it can work both ways. And I think you're seeing cases like that, you know what I mean? When those things are happening, and then the guy's getting an extra 10 months on top of he's already serving a 14-year sentence as well. And she's actually served less time than him in prison because she got 12 months and they said, no, she'll do 8. You know what I mean? So, yeah, that sort of thing always seems to be bypassed in society as well, that not everybody, that would be making a massive generalisation, you know what I'm saying? But generally it's looked at that men would always be the predator, you know what I mean?
100.
Whereas clearly it can happen. But, yeah, it's messed up as well, like you said, with the morals and ethics of sort of looking to be dating some madman, or like you said, vice versa, you can do it mad woman. I mean, what were the stats you said there? What was it? 5 5 women and 31 men were sacked or something like that. Or was it the other way around? In terms of people that have been sacked from their roles, in terms of prison staff.
Yeah, I mean, look, they're getting sacked left, right, and centre, and this was from this year, and I remember me and Johnny was talking about it. Remember, like a few months ago, and I was doing a bit of research on it, and I called you up. Remember, Johnny? And I was telling you, and I was telling you some stuff about that, and there was nothing them times, and it seems like it's not even stopping, and yes, it seems like it's not even stopping because I know this woman, you know. I remember this woman here because it was man was in that place there in Onley, you understand? And I remember this woman. I was talking, and when I saw this picture of this woman, I was like, "Fucking hell, bruv!" You know what I mean? I remember talking because I was on the prison council and all that shit. So man was always talking to them people. But when I saw these people and they were in charge of the thing, and now they were moving naughty out there, you know what I mean? Sending messages to inmates and shit like that. And she had to hold her 8 months. So yeah.
But it's also weird. It's weird, like you said, she's holding 8 months, but they've set up a new anti-corruption unit where they're going to try to tackle things like this happening and whatever, drugs and stuff coming in. But what they're looking at is signs of, moreover, like officers being sort of coerced. You know what I mean? Rather than they should be looking at it at least more than 50-50, you know what I'm saying? But that's what this new anti-corruption unit is set up, is officers, trying to look at how sort of officers are being enticed into sort of being into relationships, and they're saying they're bribed and stuff, and then it leads into this rather than not actually possibly looking at their own staff. I mean, they must clearly know there's an issue in there already, you know what I mean?
100%, man, because I remember, and Johnny can confirm that thing. I remember going in that one round near you, Artie, that place round near you, yeah. And they were all talking about. I remember talking to one of them officers. They seemed okay. You understand? They seemed okay, and I thought this guy's all right. I could maybe talk to him outside. You understand? And then when I said to him about, hey yo, we want to bring a Pringles thing for man. You understand? Bringing a Pringles in for man, yeah. And you know what, right? The man said, boy, it can't be this day. It's got to be this day. You got to do blah blah. Man had it all planned out in his head already before I even said anything. You understand? So when I was saying, I thought two things. I thought this guy it's a setup. You understand?
Yeah.
I thought it's a setup, but I thought if it's not a setup, my man's already ready. So look, these people are always ready, looking for some kind of extra money potential to earn already. You understand? Because maybe the money that they're getting is not good enough. You understand? Johnny, I'm sure you know something about that. What? Run something on that.
Yeah, bruv, I've seen it first. Bruv, them thing that I've seen first hand on a regular basis you see the first two places where I told you which ones I went to. Brother, man seen it plain as day, where man say to them, yo, you can bring something in, and they're like, yeah, I can do that, but basically my cut's this and this. And the same what you said, they say that like they've got it planned. They're telling you the day, the time, what day they're gonna get it brought to you, how they're gonna get it brought to you, and they're giving you their account numbers and saying, yo, just run it through that Metro account, innit? They'll give you the numbers, and bruv, it's crazy. And do you know what it is? It's more the hustle, innit? Because when they explain to you about their wages are shit and the risks that they got to take, and they're willing to do these type of things to make their money on top and be like, do you know what? This could work for both of us, innit? Like, it's crazy, bro. Remember when I told you in the second place where I was, when they had the burn, innit? When the burn thing was coming in. And it's like, they tried to shut down my thing, And one of the SOs on the wing basically said to me, I know you're not selling our burn, but if you want, you can come into business with us. But I'm basically not gonna let you do your thing, and you're not selling our thing, innit? And then every week they were spinning me, every week spinning me, spinning me, spinning me. Where's the
Mm.
burn? Where's the burn? I'm like, what do you mean? I ain't got no burn, but it's all a business thing, bad man. It's you know it's never gonna stop. It's only gonna get worse.
Until they up their wages, give them a nice wage, and then potentially
Yeah,
maybe they might not want to do that. Go on.
maybe, but the way I see it, they're still gonna want to do it because check the thing now. Things you can get on road and sell on road. When you get it off road and bring it in there, you can triple or quadruple
At
the
least.
money that. Oh yeah, at least.
Mm,
And it depends on the cat. If it's category A place, category B, category every category, the price. Get me? The higher the category, like the lower the price, isn't it? So it's like, bro, it's crazy. So it's like, it's to me, it's an easy thing for them, bro. They just hide the things, plug the things, bring them in, give it to whoever they're giving, and say, yo, move that in it, and then they get their things in it. They don't have the account in their name. They're nice. And I remember in the first place I remember I seen in the paper a couple of weeks ago. I seen there was one nice Jamaican woman in it, brother. She got some years for sneaking in borers, and they're saying she was inciting violence because she was bringing in knives and thing, bad man. So it's like a thing, like you're inciting violence, and it's crazy, bro. And why? Because the money's worth it for the minute. They're thinking, bro, I'll do this for the money.
Nuts.
And the worst thing is, teacher, you get to, and I see how it is. They ain't doing something for nothing. So if you give them the D and you give them the thing, and you arch them over and bend them over or whatever, after that, they're like putty in your hands, bad man. You get me? I've seen it. My next door neighbor, I used to hear his door getting open like past roll check times, and she ain't going in there to watch no EastEnders or nothing. You get it, bad man? And I remember one day now, and this is a woman. She's like the boss of she's the SO on the wing, some hard faced bitch. But everyone knew what was going on. But you know what it is? That's just the way we live, innit? You know what's going on. You just, you get me. You just let it go on, innit? It's up to them what they're doing. And it's like one day she came in, she's crying. We're asking her why she's crying. She says she's pregnant for my man. So man was like, "Oh, so you two were doing the thing?" She's like, "Yeah, I'm pregnant, but he don't want the you and them thing." And I'm thinking, bro, how did you allow yourself to get into this situation? But these are things that I've seen with my own eyes. Even the one where I met you, teacher, I told you stories. A man going into activities and man seeing a man raw. Get me doing this thing with what? Get me? It's a mad scenario, but it happens, innit? It happens.
Hey, listen. Do you remember? See where we was, that place? Yeah. Do you remember?
Yeah.
Do you remember that Asian woman that my man used to always go and chill with?
Yes. In that sea. Yeah.
No. Do you remember the Asian woman where my man, you know, the Jamaican guy? Yeah. I don't want to say his name.
Oh, yeah. Yes. The one with the glasses. Yes.
And do you remember that woman, the Asian woman? And she always used to used to make a tea for her, innit? Do you remember that?
And biscuit. Tea and
biscuits.
Tea and biscuit. Yeah. Tea and biscuit.
So you remember that one? And do you remember she was always chatting about, oh, her man ain't doing this, her man ain't doing that. Some waste man business.
But she just sit down and blaze on them thing. But go on.
But she just, to be honest, it's like she must have picked him up from around there, same place, and then my man's just jumping on there and just taking the piss. But what you expect?
Same place.
Exactly.
Same place. Same place, but I know the one you're talking about, and she used to always be up on the thing and saying, yeah, my man, this and that, he just sits down and plays and play computer game and he don't do nothing. And but I'm thinking, but wait a minute, you obviously pick up, like you said, you obviously pick him up from the same place, innit? And you took him on, innit? So what you moaning about?
100%, 100%.
Mad people.
Big up the Mr. The Creative out there, 99, with the little quote there from Biggie. Biggie said it, yeah, I figured out bricks went for 20 down south, you understand?
Yeah.
Yeah, big up, definitely. Yeah, listen, it's a mad thing in there, you know, it's a mad thing in there. Things is like 500, 600% extra up there, do you know what I mean? And you know that, Johnny, you can make a money on there, easy. Make some good money out there.
Brother,
go on.
even when it's like stuff like, all right, it's contraband still, but even stuff like USB sticks, you can make a killing.
Yeah, totally.
It's all crazy. Bad man, something you can buy for £10 on road in there. You could all like 150, 2 bills, and you're thinking, bruv, like it's all mad, but yeah, it's crazy. It's all money generated, bad man. It's all. Remember, in there as well is a thing like every person that goes in there, they get a money for you, innit? That's why when you're where the place I met you, that's why they're so quick to dash you out, innit? Because they want to hurry up and get the new lot in so they get a new money for the people. It's all mad, bad man. It's all right, crazy.
Yeah, because we sit down and we broke it down, right? We broke it down, innit? Do you remember in there? We broke it down, and it was like, before when you step in the place, you step in a new place, that's like a 20 bags for each head that come through the door, 20 bags, all right, and that's just for you coming in the door, and we're talking, and then if you're gonna go do education, that's like an extra more, that's a 10 bags more on top of that, and if you're working, that's a extras, and it could total up to about maybe 50-60 grand a head, you know what I'm saying? And then if they ship you out of that place, boom, that's somebody else that's gonna get what?
Get
you
a money
education.
for
you want to do education,
yeah? Yeah.
With them stupidness. Yeah, go on. Yeah, the thing is deep. There was something in that. Let's have a look at that article again. There was something, because I know you, the Mount, innit? At the Mount.
Oh.
Yeah, I know. I know. There was it was rife in the Mount, innit? It was rife. There was 3 or 4 peoples down there got jammed for that, and 6 months pregnant. One woman down there was 6 months pregnant for a next brother. Then go on, sorry, sir.
No, I was reading as well about this one earlier on in Wales. It's one of the biggest prisons out there, and they've had to.
Was that Berwyn? Not Berwyn, is it?
Yeah. So they had 18 female prison officers. They've had sort of known relationships with inmates at one time or another over a 6-year period, but that's only what they found out. And then that thing is even deeper, in that prison there. But they're saying, like I think Johnny touched on earlier on, in terms of sometimes you've got to look at how and why some sort of relationships are formed and stuff, in terms of in that prison there, for example, some of the workers there, they're only agency workers, some of them.
So what do you think? It's just because they don't have the training? Is that what you're saying, old chap?
Maybe, or just the money they're on, like you and Johnny said before, they're making deals and doing trades, mate, as well. And if you can argue, say sex is the trade, isn't it? You know what I mean?
What? So hold on. Let's just deep that for a second. Yeah. So what are you saying? What for you?
I'm not saying that in general, but like they were saying in this article I was reading about. Some of them were like low-paid agency workers, and he wasn't hinting that was the reason why they were forming relationships, you know what I mean? But that was just something that you could have leaned towards and said possibly for some of them, not all of them. I think, like you guys touched on earlier on, there's a lot of manipulation in terms of those relationships.
Well, let's look at it, right? Let's just try to look at it, yeah? Why would you try and get involved in somebody there. No, put yourself in that position. Yeah, would you go to? I mean, none of us would take that job anyway. Yeah, but you know, let's just say we did take that job. Yeah, you wouldn't be looking. Would you be? Would you be looking? We love. Would you be looking to try and push up on one of them women in the place there? I don't know. What do you think, guys?
That's a good question.
That's why I was laughing. That's why I was laughing.
Because check the thing now. All right, man would say no, but look, you're around them every day, yeah, 12 hours a day. You're gonna get them flirting with you and shit, and it's like after a while you're gonna get used to them, and no matter how hard you try, one will take to you and you will take to one of them, and well, it's easier said than done, bad man, because I see it with the females that start, yeah, they start all innocent and stuff, but like I said, the more they grow a bond with you, the more it seems acceptable to start sexual relations with them and stuff. It's weird. It's weird to explain if you've never been through that system, but when you see it after a while, it's just a normal thing. Like if you know a man's digging out one of them, it's just normal after a while. It's like after a while, you don't really see it as nothing wrong what they're doing because you're living in that environment, innit? It's crazy, man.
Fair enough.
But to go back to your question, man probably would after a while, bad man, because if you're working in one of them and the female them, and it's like they'll be going on nuts, and it's like after a while you just take one of them under your wing, you get it, and just mash works on one of them, innit, and then it's a madness still. But yeah, I probably would after a while. I wouldn't go in there intentionally wanting to do that, but after a while, it's like it's gonna be like a cattle market, bad man. You're just around bare women every day.
All right. Listen, right? Will you drop your standards for that though? Will you drop your standards? Because I'm coming to you, Artie. Relax, I'm coming to you next.
I would say yes.
You drop your standards, yeah?
Bad man. Just to flip it on the other side, when man was where I was, yeah, there was you already see how man was going.
You don't need to tell me, bro. You don't need to tell me. I know. When man
see some of them bad man on road, man wouldn't even blink at none of them. But when you're in there, and those years, bad man, and day after day, and the lotioning and them thing there, but you just look at them and you're just like, you know what? I'd rather jump on one of these things there. But lucky enough, I never took it that far in it, because I came to my senses in it. It's not saying I couldn't, but it's like I value my life in it, bad man, and I didn't hear about no contraception in them place there, so I'm not going in there like that, innit? So that did save man in a way, but yeah, so to answer your question, yeah, hell yeah, I would have dropped my standards.
Yeah, man, a prison glasses, them call it, prison glasses.
That's what it is.
Yeah?
Like certain people have beer glasses, that there's behind the door glasses there where everyone's looking different to mine in there, innit? All of the female them, you're looking at them, but like, raw, what? Get me? It's mad.
All right.
But now when I look back at it,
go on. Now go on. When you look back at it.
But now when I look back at it, like I've seen some of them in the paper getting caught for what they were doing, and you look at them and think, raw, was I really looking at them in that type of way? But it's hunger from behind the door, isn't it, bad man? It's a different hunger behind there, man.
All right, Artie, from a civilian's point of view, you understand? Yeah. What do you think about that? Do you think you would I know you wouldn't take that job anyway. Let's just say you took that job, yeah?
Yeah, hypothetically.
You ain't got no family and anything, yeah? So it's just all kind of crazy talking, yeah? Do you think you could contain yourself with all these women throwing themselves at you? Horrible, fat, whatever. Some nice, yeah. Crackheads.
I mean, like you said, well, you never know, innit? They say temptation's the devil, isn't it? So if you're consistently in that environment, also I think it depends. It's all hypothetical, isn't it? If you valued your job, if you liked your job, if you wanted to do it right, or you think like, excuse my French, but fuck it, I just want to have some fun and go for a blast.
That's it.
And just hook up with whatever. And I think maybe that's kind of what happens as well, isn't it? People go in there from all different backgrounds, and they just go for it and think, fuck it, you know what I mean?
Do you think something like the power's got to do with it? A little bit of the power as well?
I think so. I think definitely the power, and they know, probably the officers or people in those positions of power know that they have that over people as well, you know what I mean? And there is, I remember we done one recently on sort of coercive behaviour, wasn't it? So I reckon some of that goes on as well. But like I said, a little bit back to earlier on, this nonsense about this anti-corruption sort of unit set up, they only seem to be basing their perception on the officers being enticed rather than the other way around. And obviously you guys have clear knowledge that that's not the case, you know what I mean? Which is poor.
Totally.
So, yeah, I mean, arguably, like I said, in a hypothetical mad world, and I worked as a prison officer forever, and I had nothing going on, I've said probably quite literally, yeah, go for it. And then maybe face the repercussions, though, isn't it? And it's this whole sort of morally ethical thing, which is always a sticky one, isn't it? Sort of, is it morally right to date people from, you know, I mean, like you said, guys behind the door, but then you get outsiders, not prison officers, but normal people that have these weird things where they just have these sort of virtual relationships by sort of message. And even that case we spoke about, the first one about the woman, weren't it? They were having like phone sex and all this stuff, you know what I mean? And sort of spending a bag of hours. So there is a level of manipulation there. And then, yeah, again, like you said, like, why did he get the 10 months? You know what I mean?
Should I answer that for you, yeah?
Yeah, go for it, bud.
Because every time when it happens, the people that investigating it always says that the prisoner manipulated the officer. All the time. I've always seen it. No matter how it went, they always say you manipulated them. That's how it always goes. If they even said, I even know one woman that said she enticed the prisoner, but still their verdict was the prisoner manipulated her to do that. The prisoner told her to say that. That's how it always happens. It always goes like that. It's crazy.
No, and you're right, John, and it confirms it by when he talks about this anti-corruption unit again. They're saying that they're only and they're looking at signs of our officers are being coerced into crime and into relationships, you know what I mean, and into bringing in contraband and all this stuff. So rather than, as I said before, looking at the officers, it's always looking at the prisoners, you know what I mean? And obviously you guys, again, have that first-hand experience to actually really clarify it and know that is the case, you know what I mean? I'm not saying there's not, you guys know probably brothers that might coerce some female officers or whatever, possibly, but on the flip side, that happens quite often the other way around, I would believe, you know what I mean?
It goes. Listen, there's all kinds. There's women officers being manipulated totally, and there's women going in there just being weak. You understand? Being weak and getting turned over.
Literally yeah.
Getting turned over. So it's just madness. Like that woman, like the one we was talking about. Do you remember the Asian woman? You remember with the Jamaican guy? Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
She loved it. You can never tell me anything else. That she was getting coerced into nothing. She was out there just chatting her business, telling everybody her life business, and just hanging around the guys. You know what I mean? I was like, you could look at her and think, are you even working? Because she was just hanging out. You understand? She was chilling, doing, all right. She, unless she was like, she weren't being that tactical one and trying to get information because there was no information around for her to
There
get.
was not. Yeah.
You understand? So
It's true, you know.
so she was hanging around, basically just trying to, you know, fill her boots. You know what I'm saying?
Quite literally.
It's real, man. It's real because it's true what you're saying, man. It's just crazy still, man. You see them, like you said, the same one man's talking about where man used to walk round the back of the place and just see her just with her feet up on the chair, sitting on the grass with biscuit and tea and just openly chatting her business and them thing. And you're thinking, this isn't like professional. Like what? Get me? You shouldn't be telling us these things. And it's like what you're saying. She's not getting no information because she's not doing that part of the job. She's just there to socialize. It's like what Artie said. She's there. She just took on the job to have a blast, isn't it? Like, yeah, it pays her a little money, but she's just there just to socialize and them thing and see what man she can persuade to be with her when they come out. You get it? Because she wasn't there to do the job like properly anyway. I'm telling you that, man.
Yeah, we've got. Go on.
No, so one more thing I'm saying, like, and it's total this sort of lack of any admission of guilt, or it's like you said, if something goes wrong or an officer gets pregnant and stuff, it always reverts back to how they were coerced. Generally, again, you know what I mean? And there's never this admission of guilt from those people until it comes through right at the end, you know what I mean? And then, you know, I mean, they come out with it, you know what I mean, afterwards, or try to mask a pregnancy, you know what I mean? And that you just formed on a little relationship or a fling with a guy in prison, you know what I mean? And you've got to face the consequences of your actions, sadly. But it is what it is, isn't it?
It's what you were saying, Artie, earlier on about when you were saying about when they have when all right, I was in a place where they had a riot, yeah, and they had to get backup staff from all around England and Wales, yeah. And I remember what you said about maybe it's the detached ones that they ain't even working there. They're just there because they've been sent there from a different place. I remember when we had a riot now and they drawed for enough of them from Newcastle, innit? Bradman, in 2 months, 5 of those Geordie women got sacked because they were doing exactly what we were talking about. They were fucking the inmates and bringing them things in. They all got sacked within 2 months. They were there in October and they all got sacked before Christmas. I remember when I woke up and they locked us down for the whole day and said they're short of staff. And then certain man had their texts and them thing there, and they're chatting to the women there, and the women are telling them, "Yeah, we got sacked, innit?" So it's all crazy. But some of them, like we were saying, some of them come in just to go on with bare badness, innit? They don't come into with the intentions of doing their jobs properly. They just come in to fuck and bring things in and get money. That's their thing, isn't it?
Yeah, you're probably right. Like a sort of thrill ride, isn't it, for some of them? I'm sure there's a lot of officers that go out there and are quite professional and do the thing. But
yeah. There is a it seems like that, you know, but go on.
No, obviously as well, guys. There's obviously, like you said, the ones that just come in there for the ride and then blast and then crash and burn, quite literally. You know what I mean?
But how do we know any of them? But how do we know that there's any of them? Because when I was in there, the ones that were doing the fuckery or getting caught for the fuckery, it's like, at first I used to think, yeah, they'll never be on that. And then a few months down the line, you see that they're dep on the thing, and you're like thinking, raw, I had faith in these ones. I thought these ones were the straight, legit ones that wouldn't get coerced into doing certain things, but it's mad to me. I'm not saying they're all on it, but after a while, man, the money and them sitting there and they're seeing the men in there every day, and no matter how they try to do their job professionally, it's like after a while, one of them they're gonna take to someone. like at first it's gonna be a professional thing. They see if they're all right, and afterwards, and then after a while, they'll just tech to them and just free up the thing and just it's crazy, man. It's that environment, isn't it? You're around all that male ego and you just wanna first you're there to be liked and stuff, and then after a while you just get me. It's crazy, man.
All right, listen, all right. Big up, listener. Dropping some text in there, listener. Listener said, do you think men are more predatory? Do you think the men are more predatory than the women? What do you think, guys?
I reckon it. I reckon yes. Yes, they are, but at the same time, the women don't make it easy. Like they don't make it like the women make it easy, innit?
What do you
Because
mean? What do you mean, old chap?
No, all right. Where we were, yeah, cool. Not just there, but in all the places I were, the men are like they do go about their way and they do whatever, but the women don't help. They don't help the situation, innit?
So what you saying, right? The women are actually trying to lead them on as well. Is that what you're saying, old chap?
Yeah.
And yeah,
because
I mean,
I've
go on. Yeah, no,
because
listen.
I've seen. Go you go on.
We've seen it. Like we was talking about that Asian woman. Yeah, we seen it. That woman was just hanging out all the time, or even forget that Asian woman. Do you remember the orange woman? Yeah. Remember the orange woman? Yeah.
Yeah.
Even her,
my friend. But go on.
Yeah, exactly. And she was nice, right? She was a nice person, quite young, right? Innit? Quite young, and people knew that she would. People knew that she had something.
They could manipulate. Yeah, they knew they could manipulate her, but go on.
Yeah, people knew that she had something about her, yeah. And and she didn't shut it down. You understand? She could have shut it down, but she didn't shut it down. So she kind of encouraged it somewhat, right?
Yes.
Enjoying the attention. Exactly, Mr.
That's
Creative.
the same thing that That's the same thing that I'm talking about, teacher. When she started, everyone was looking at her and thing, and then remember she came in all innocent and all of them, and then after a while now, certain man are like, "Oh, I'm not going to say the name, but certain man are like, you're right, miss," and all that, and she's all grinning teeth because now man are interacting with her, innit? What man wasn't doing before, and then man started interacting with her, and then after a while now, remember after a while, she picked her favorites, innit? She used to pick. Remember, every Saturday morning when I used to get my newspaper, I used to hear my door knock. I opened the door in my boxers. I'll see her there at the door with my newspaper every Saturday. Every Saturday, she after a while she started playing into that narrative. Like she knew who the people that were onto her, and she was playing up to that whole character. Like, yeah, I know you want me, and basically I'm gonna feed into that narrative. And I sit back, man, it's crazy, man. But yeah, that same girl there, and it's like you said, she was young and naive, innit? Because like you said, I think she was early 20s, easily.
And there was.
And then she'll come in with. Go on.
No, go on. She'll come in with what?
With get me. She'll come in with the remember the tan come in looking like some Oompa Loompa.
This is why she got the name Orange Woman.
Orange Woman, and all the nails. I remember she used to ask me like, "Oh, well, what color nails do you think I should wear?" I'd be like, "Oh, red." Next day she come in with red nails and them thing. Like, these people know, Batman. They know what they're doing. They're enticing you bit after bit after. They're enticing you daily. They're seeing you. They're all wearing their. Get me? I'm not saying what. Tight trousers and the figure and they got the shirt with the 2-3 buttons at the top of the shirt undone, but they know what they're doing.
And I'm gonna be honest, right? And let's be honest, right? That one, right? She was way better than everybody in there. all the
Yes.
let's have it right. Yeah, she was quite in comparison. Yeah, in comparison to these old horrible, not just old, fat, short, horrible looking women. Yeah, she was way above them. You understand? That's why everybody. She had a little piece of. She used to come in with the tight trousers, innit? Remember?
Yes.
Always with the tight trousers. She had looked like she had bumper. You remember the other time when I called you and I said, "Hey yo, you have to look out there." Do you remember? Do you remember that time I come there?
There's a new. I remember that. I remember that.
And she
because these times now, go on.
And she was everything: tight top, tight trousers. She was, and she couldn't even hold it, but she was wearing it. You understand? She couldn't even hold that.
She couldn't breathe.
She could not breathe, but she was out there, and she must have saw, because I went and called you. She knew everybody was on it. Everybody's eyes was on that. You understand? And she didn't really care about it. Do you know what I mean? But listen, yeah. Look, right? Can vetting, can more rigorous vetting deal with that? You understand? Can more rigorous vetting deal with this person? Get these people out? Because I don't think it's that kind of thing, right? What do you think, guys?
Possibly, maybe. I mean, but like you said, you guys, when people get into a certain environment, potentially that can change a lot of people. Some people will not change, but some will ever get change. And you can vet someone all you want, but when you get put into what can only be described as an exclusive environment that not many other people outside have any access to that and can be a culture shock for them. But when they're in there, you can have all the vetting you want, but you might get sucked into it as well. But even that, I mean, I don't think they're vetted that strongly. I don't know how strongly. I can only speak like I know about deep vetting, because I get, for the role I have to work in now, I have to go through the most rigorous sort of security checks around. I think.
I don't think they do that. I don't think they do that level. I don't know.
Yeah, I doubt it. I mean, the search I went through is harder than any police officer goes through. Much harder. I mean, I've explained, to a bit teacher in the past about how hard it was, and how deep it was.
Let's keep that out. Let's keep that out. We don't.
Yeah,
want to talk
of course.
about
I'm not getting into any of it, but I'm just saying it's quite serious. So, but these guys, I know they're not going through any level of vetting like that. So
no.
Maybe that could improve the quality of person they get through. I think that's a good argument. Also, the wages. I don't know what wages they earn. Are they good money, or they were saying there's a lot of agency workers in some of the prisons up in the north of England and sort of Wales and stuff. I don't know what it's like down south in terms of wages.
I think, I don't know, that it's like it's gonna have to be like this. I think because it's a man-woman thing, right? Because you cannot. It's gonna have to be like men for men prisons and women for women prisons, and that's not even gonna stop the other side of it. The other side of you know what I'm saying. The other side of what we don't. Yeah. It doesn't stop that, because the thing is, that the ego, innit? It's all about the ego. If somebody's sitting there, one woman tells you you're nice, another woman tells you you're nice, it goes to everybody's head, right? It doesn't matter who you are, right? Yeah. Big up. Easy on the vibrators, Dad. Hey, listen, big up Becky Lou, big up. That's how it should be. I think you're talking about men for men and women for women. I think, right, Becky?
But should I tell you my argument for that as well? And I when I was in there, I used to question that. And do you know what I came to an answer? Women have a better calm. Who's that?
It's not me.
It's not me. What? What should I say now? women have a better calming influence on men. So, say if there's a situation that's going on, a woman's voice would be more like you're more likely to listen to the woman's voice calming you down than a man's voice, isn't it?
I know.
If you
they,
get what I'm saying.
I know they say that, right? And they put. I understand, because I know when we're doing a lot of work, we put a lot of women in the place. But is it really that? Because it's like you act proper. You would rather you act a fool in front of a man and be boisterous and childish in front of a man, yeah. But when the woman turns up there, you won't be doing none of them stupid stuff. It is like that. It's, you know what it's like, right? It's like this thing. You know, you see on the buses or anything. I don't know, you guys. You go on the buses and stuff like that, right? And when the woman, she could jump on the bus and she can't afford to get on, the man will let her through. You understand?
Yeah.
The man will always let the woman through without a question, but the man won't let the man through. The man will try and why? You understand? The man will try and chief him up a little bit just to see. No, you understand? Is it that the thing?
I get where you're coming from, but I found with me personally, every place that I went to, yeah, like 95% of the problems with the staff that I had was with the male officers. The female officers, I was all fine with them. Obviously, there was a couple you didn't really get on with that, but I was just fine with them. It's the men that used to come with their ego and you know when you have to get behind your door, hurry up and get behind your door, and then they all start trying to push you on them, thinking like, bro, what the fuck you doing, bro? Like, but it's like with the I don't know, maybe it's just me in it, and I just get me, but that's what I found in it is that. I never got into problems with the females. It's the men that always used to come with their egos and and try come with their high chests and them thing there in it. And so I don't know. Maybe it's just me in it, but that's what I found. But maybe that's one way where even some people would think to themselves, you shouldn't think that way, but some people be like, fuck that. I ain't going back to prison. I'm just going to be around man. You're around man anyway, but man be like, bro, man ain't going to see no feet. Man ain't seeing no eye candy. Man ain't seeing no, get me, it's just straight man. Nah, because you know them thing there. Look, look, man's all got them thing there before. When you wake up and the next man seen a new staff member and they're like, yo, there's some new Italian staff member, you know, and then everyone's saying, yo, where is she? Where is she? And then when you see her now, you're like, oh, this is the new thing, is it? But it's like you said, if it's all men now, unless that floats your boat, innit? It's just going to be the money thing, innit? Like, it's like you said, it's not going to stop the money side, but it is going to stop the other side of it, innit? So it's all mad. You can't have one without the other, innit? It's like you cut out the women, the money thing's going to still be running, but you get me? But you're never going to fully cut out the money thing because unless you got robots working in there, innit? So it's mad.
Oi. Sorry. I gotta say this. Big up Becky Lou. Big up Becky Lou. Yeah, Becky Lou. Yeah, she was talking about, yeah, it should be men for men and women for women. She also said you're there for punishment, not for eye candy, bruv. Yeah.
Which is true.
Which is 100% true. Also, big up listener. Listener said police have psychological testing. Potential prison guards have it also, but I mean we already saw how the police can get through that one, innit, with the old Sarah thing, innit?
Of course.
Yeah.
So I don't know how they tested that and how they let that person get through. So it's a strange one there. Go on, Artie, because like we've been talking 55 minutes on this one thing. Let's go on, Artie. What else you want? You got anything else to say about this thing?
Anything to round up with the whole thing? I think with the men and kind of the women and women, the only thing I would not argue for the men and men is if anything gets really physical in sort of a male's prison, not to sound sort of stereotypical sort of male and like that, but I think if you have sort of issues of real maybe violence happening in a prison, maybe the men will be deemed easier, you know what I mean, to deal with the situation if it got volatile, and vice versa, you know what I mean, for the women as well, sort of controlling the women's prison. But I think it's easier said than done. But like Johnny was saying as well, you won't take away the sort of scams and all the stuff going on inside, I don't think. So you maybe calm it down a little bit with maybe better vetting, whatever. But yeah, possibly you could go for the men and women one, just in case anything really bad happened. But there's been riots in prisons, isn't it, and stuff like that. So I think when people get angry and cheesed off, they'll still riot and do things anyway, whether it's men or men and women there. So
listen, when we was in it, I don't know, you was gone by then, Johnny. But in that one where you live, Artie, yeah.
Yeah.
There was a one in there, and I listen, and it was because they try and move the man, and the man that they tried to move had all the food. You understand? He was holding all the food, giving the food to everyone. You understand? And I think, yeah, because I remember talking to them, they allowed it. You know what I'm saying? The man, there was certain. Listen, you say that, and the thing is, you say that, yeah, but listen, half of them, man, they can't ride their bird. You know that, innit, Johnny? Half of them, man, they can't sit behind their door and do their time, yeah, because they go mad and they need to do something else, and they need to get out of their head to maintain. You understand? So somewhat they kind of let that shit happen. You understand? So saying that, if they're gonna let that shit happen, they're gonna let something else happen, and then you can't watch everything else. You know what I'm saying? But
exactly.
What else? Listener said, on balance, women prison officers are not. I'm not sure. What's that? Elaborate on that, listener. I didn't quite get that one there. But yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. It's a deep one. It's a deep one. I understand. It's nice what he said, what you said, Johnny. That was a good one. The calming, and people act different. I know, in front of women, they stop being so boisterous in front of women, 100%. So it does work. But then also, you can get a bit silly. Yeah, look, because I'm talking. See, back in the day, slop out times. Early prison times, before us and all that stuff, yeah. There was none of them things there. You understand? There was none of them things there. It was always these ex-army people coming up there. What Mr. The Creative 99 just pointed out. There was always them people there, and you wouldn't come with none of them fuckeries there. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. Anyway, let's just done with that one. Big up everyone for putting the little bits in there. Let's go on to the Montgomery. Let's go on to the Montgomery thing. A little bit of funny stuff, yeah? Somewhat, yeah? Funny stuff. Yeah, all right, sorry. Yeah, sorry. Mr. The Creative, yeah? All the guards used to be ex-army, yeah? There was talk of prison riots and the agency workers' lack of training, yeah?
Yeah, there you go.
And I agree with that. Them agency workers, they're a bit softer. But listen, think about it today. Do they really need to be that hard, though? Like army type hard? Because slop out days, yeah? You met some old people in there, Johnny, yeah? And you would have talked to them about the slop out times, and they fucking hated that slop out times. And it was always about, there was none of there was radio. Radio was the most luxury you would get. And yeah, guaranteed it will push man to read books and all them things there. But what about them not crazy fuckers? What about them people that can't sit down and do their time? Them people will be committing suicide and all that other stuff. So you got to get a bit of balance. Yeah.
It's true, you know.
Anyway, let's come off of that. That's an hour on that one thing. It's a good one. That was a good one, isn't it? We could go on for long about that. And we'll bring that back again. Yeah. But the Montgomery thing, you heard about the Montgomery thing. These guys, yeah. There was let me just give a little rundown of it. They were what? They were. The man was the boatman. The boatman. I don't even know the job. The man was on the side of the thing saying, "Yo, you can't park your boat here. You have to put your boat over there because the next boat is coming in." And then, man, they weren't having none of that thing. They weren't having none of that talk. They wanted to park their boat wherever they wanted to. They were a bit drunk, if you ask me. You understand? Started beating up the man, and the man was fighting to put it fair. He was fighting against these 2 and 3 and 4 man.
Yeah, enough man.
And then shit, just people just came from left, right, and centre out of his defense, and it went all WWF. Royal Rumble in the place, yeah. Man brought out chair and thing, and the chair's been the viral thing, innit? Because the chair's been all over the place.
Chair t-shirts now.
Oh, listen, man, the chairs, it's like the Malcolm X thing. Did you see the Malcolm X thing with the looking out the window with a gun, with the chair now?
With the chair now. Malcolm with a chair. Malcolm.
What's we say robots? We say Mr. The Creative robots. What robot prison officers? Yeah, shit. Imagine that, Johnny. Robot prison officers.
What I said,
imagine that.
That's what I said, innit? This robot the thing, man.
Nah, that'll be nuts, man. That'll be nuts. We ain't gonna get nothing. You're going behind your door without no. You're not. Oh, let me get a toilet roll. No, you're not getting no toilet roll. You're not getting nothing, bruv. Oh, let me get an extra burn. Nope, that's not happening, man. Robot will twist you up and push up your door.
Yeah.
And push your arm in the door.
True, you know.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that, bruv. That just sounds nuts.
Nah,
But anyway, squash that. Montgomery, guys. You guys hear about it? What did you hear about it? Artie?
Yeah, it was interesting, innit? It was interesting how it all sort of went down. It just seemed over sort of like you said, a trivial argument over sort of a boat thing, and it all erupted, and they just started attacking the poor fellow. Like, he was trying to fight back, but there was a good few of them, and then, like you said, people were coming from everywhere. The brother was swimming across, innit? You know what I mean? The brother swam across.
Mr. Phelps.
Yeah, man. Yeah, Monsieur Phelps, mate. Brothers come out of nowhere, jump in the water, swimming. Brothers coming down there. It all kicked off very badly, but these things have always been simmering tensions, isn't it? Because we had a chat a while back about the area it is in, you know what I mean? And it's been an historically tough place for people of colour to live. You know what I mean? For the longest period of time. And I think historically they've had to put up with enough crap in that region, and I'm sure they still do, sadly. But it did all go really WWE, and the chair shots were massive, to be fair. Not them trying to make sort of fun of it, but it is what it is. You can't start attacking someone sort of 3-4 on one, and then when other shit hits the fan, you know what I mean? Trying to run away and hide, sort of thing.
I hear that, man. I hear that.
You see, the wickedest thing, what they didn't know about it, I don't know if you said it, yeah? The wickedest thing they didn't know about that place there, that was a slave port back in the days, you understand? They used to bring slaves in that place. So there was always black people visiting that place in abundance, you understand? What them guys didn't know. So you have to show some respect when you're going down there. That's what they didn't realize. That's why there were so many people to jump in. They just got a shock. And looking at through all them the videos, and you even get all these down south white people talking about you fuckers didn't know where you was at. You understand? You didn't know where you was at. You fucked up. You understand? You got what you deserve, trying to start a fight down there, especially bullying the guy. You know what I'm saying? Because that's exactly what it was, you know?
It's turkey moves, weren't it? 3-on-1, isn't it? You know what I mean?
And it weren't even no serious 3-on-1, because like the guy was still up there standing, you know? So that man was drunk.
Rocking, yeah.
Exactly. He was holding his own, mate. He's losing maybe a little bit, but it's 3-on-1, mate. You know what I mean? But it soon switched up in his favour, rightfully so. But it's not arguably what we want to see in life, you know what I mean? But sadly, like Teach spoke about, that area is rich in it's rich in racism, it's rich in black people being there sort of historically, you know what I mean? And there's a lot of history to it as well. And I don't think I think people just had enough, really, innit? They saw that situation sort of happening and manifesting, and they literally jumped in, mate.
What about you, Johnny? Did you what did you think about the that stuff? Did you what did you think? You saw the report, innit?
Yeah, I don't. Do you know what? It was funny at first, yeah. That when I actually deep what was going on, I was quite appalled. I'll be honest with you, man. I was looking at it like, I'd look at it like there was no need for it, innit?
What do you mean? What was you appalled by the first act or the retaliation? What do you mean?
By the first act.
Mm.
The retaliation, like I said, I did find it a bit funny at first, innit? And when I was thinking, there was no need for it, innit? Like you could have just, left the man park his, just let the man just park his boat there, innit?
Who
100%.
who the white guys? You mean the first guys?
Yeah, just let them just park the boat there, innit?
No, but there was something. There was like the big joint was coming in. You know what I'm saying?
So
Big,
also they said, yeah, they were telling them something. Next
yeah,
boat's coming in, innit?
the big
Yeah,
joint
so
is
he had
coming
to
in. So you
move,
have
so
to
he
you
can
have to
deal with
move
it.
it somewhere else. And but the thing is, they weren't even saying that you can't even park your boat down there. They're just saying you can't park it in that
Not there,
specific place.
not there.
Specific place. Put it
Yeah.
over there, sir. And you know what it was? It was a authority thing, or maybe they couldn't have it. They were a bit cut. They were a bit half cut. And whereas in America's different than this place. A brother telling them, "Yo, you can't do that." That's like, nah, man. Who you talking to?
Mm.
Who you talking
Exactly.
to?
Exactly. But no, it's strange how that situation really manipulated into that. But you know, that sadly, like you said, that's how it is out there, and they need to recognise where they are for once, and you know what I mean, and not be too dismissive of people, which has happened historically there for ages. So, you know, whilst you shouldn't want people to get injured or maimed, you can't be sitting there setting about somebody and then um, sort of crying wolf. You know what I mean? You know, when you're getting smashed up and stuff. So yeah, I'll be interested to see what comes out of it after that.
Well, they're being
Mm.
charged, isn't it? They're being
Yeah,
charged, isn't it? They're putting a lot of charges, and especially my man who brought the chair,
yeah,
he's getting charged for that because it was a woman, right? Wasn't it?
yeah. It's a woman that was on the floor sitting down.
Let me get the picture up again.
Yeah,
It was a woman, man. I mean, like, fucking hell. And it was a real chair. It wasn't no wrestling WWF business. It was a real
no
chair.
soft middle.
Proper chair.
It wasn't no
Yeah, it's proper
aluminium
Johnny,
business.
mate,
It was
trust
a
me.
real joint.
Yeah, he was going ham with the chair, mate. He was going ham with the chair. He wasn't having it. But yeah, I mean, who knows if they wouldn't have jumped in? You know what I mean? What would have happened to that fella eventually? So two wrongs don't make a right, but it is what it is, isn't it? Can't do that and expect no repercussions. You know what I mean?
Yeah, fair enough. They had to take an L for that one, and at least they fought back. But I mean, the chair, that was a bit too far. It was
Excessive
a
use.
bit too far for the
Excessive.
chair, man. Because if it was a wrestling aluminium chair, not proper a fake chair, then fair enough. Bust it on their head, yes. If it was a fake chair, but the real chair, that's like some serious damage there, man. That's like that's a serious charge there. You know, just give them a couple of slaps and move on.
Yep.
Yeah. So what else, guys? Oh, start of the football league started back, eh? How's it feeling? The Premier League's back. Welcome back, Premier League. Anything interesting? Anything interesting happen?
There was a good couple of matches yesterday.
There was.
Right ones,
Who was that?
Who got spanked? Villa.
Villa got spanked by Newcastle.
Yeah, 5-1.
5-1, yeah. I wasn't expecting that one. Who else? I think Brighton did smash up Luton. Was it 4-1?
Yeah, 4-1 to the boy. Yeah, they lost the Hatters,
Yeah,
sadly.
Luton look hopeless, man. But yeah.
Yeah, fingers crossed they might get some results, but yeah, it's not looking good for them. But they've still got their mad little stadium that everyone else has to go to, in it, that tiny place.
Why they're saying if that's not ready by a certain amount of time, they might get some points deducted. So they better hope their thing's ready soon, bad man.
Oh, they've got to put something on it. It's only 10,000, I think. So.
Oh shit! That's not even regulation. That's not even regulation for Premier League. That's not even. You're supposed to at least have 20-something in it.
Yeah, I think one thingy quite small. I don't know if they've made it bigger now. The Bournemouth one, that was really small. I don't know. Oh, they're at the bigger stadium, man. The Vitality now.
Yeah, they changed up.
Yeah, they moved.
Yeah, the old one was small, in it. Dean Court, that was really small. So they had to change that. But yeah, first game out for a minute, so hopefully they'll pick up a bit. There was some good games. The Tottenham game was quite entertaining against who was that? Brentford. That was decent. 2-2.
And both their main strikers wasn't even there. Kane's gone and Tony's all in a ban.
Yeah. 365.
Yeah.
365's holding that still. Yeah. Probably not far from it. But yes, there's a few goals about. Do you guys see any of the Chelsea game?
I've seen the second half still, but I missed the first half still.
And it was all about the first half. It was really good. It was that first half was split up half each in that first half, yeah. Liverpool had it first, and then Chelsea came back. Listen, it's good to see Chelsea back. Yeah, fighting. Another one, London club back in the mix, putting pressure on the Man City. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and they've just agreed, didn't it, with that guy now. It just came through earlier on, innit? They got him now, Casido. Well, they agreed that. Yeah, he's going there, isn't it, Chelsea? Yep.
What about, listen, is it Sevilla, Man City, Sevilla this week?
Oh, yes, the Super Cup chaps, yes.
Oh, is that this week?
Yeah, must be, innit? I saw it advertised, so yeah.
Oh, shit.
I thought it was Champions League already, man. I was getting too excited.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, they've still got another round or so, haven't they?
Oh.
Yeah. They used to be on like a Friday back in the day. I remember that game.
Yeah, I remember that.
The old Super Cup. But yeah, who else been in action? Good win for the Arsenal or not a good win? What thoughts on that, chaps?
No, man, that was a poor performance, man.
Good,
that was
good
rubbish.
Start. That's about it, I think.
That's all they got, innit? They got the start, but they haven't got the finish, man.
No, actually holding on a bit at the end there.
Yeah, but if Forrest would have took their early chance, what's his name? Sutton Johnson or Bradley Johnson.
Yeah, you're right.
Bradley Johnson or whatever his name. If he would have took that chance 1-on-1 with me, that would have been a different game, man.
Yeah, definitely. Great goal by Saka, though, isn't it? That was a nice one. And
yeah, that was a nice goal.
But yeah, I was talking to teacher earlier a little bit about it. We're both baffled about the party at right back thing.
Stupid.
Yeah, so
the man loves to do Ranieri, the Tinker man. He loves Tinker too much, man.
Tinker man, gosh.
Yeah, man, allow it, man. You got. It's like what me and teacher talk about as well. You got players that can play in that position that are better than Partey, and Partey is the best midfielder. So why are you playing him right back?
God knows. He's just trying to be
Man's
awkward.
Crazy. He's crazy.
Oh, you know, it was funny.
Go on.
Sorry, John, for a quick chuckle. Did you see the altercation with Roy Hodgson and the player?
Yeah, that was funny.
Sorry to cut you. Yeah, that just sprung to mind there. Oh, he needs to calm down a bit, Roy. God.
What's wrong with this old man? What's wrong with this old man and trying to get all aggressive? And you see him pulling up his trousers. What's wrong with this man? You know, if man was just laughing, did you see it? The player was just laughing
Yeah, I
at
know,
him, man. I'm
I
like, what's
know,
wrong
I
with this
know.
guy? Like,
Should pull up his trousers.
stop being this. You know, this other side of the football just gets on my nerves. You understand? Where everybody wants to be
This
a tough
fake
guy
hard
or
man.
something. You understand?
Yeah.
Just fuck off. If you was
Yeah.
a tough guy, you wouldn't be playing football. You understand? That's the first thing.
Come
Yeah?
on.
Let's have it right. Yeah, let's have it right.
Come
Let's
on.
have it.
It's
Yeah,
true.
76.
It's true.
Just so chill out, Roy. Your team's decent still, man. You know what I mean? I'll give him that. His team's decent.
Everyone wants to be Vinnie Jones. You get it? What's going on, man?
God, yeah. But yeah, it's only the first week, innit? So see how it goes. But yeah, no, I wasn't that impressed by you guys. Good start, but that was it, wasn't it, really? Nothing else going on. And strange decisions by Arteta again, but
Listen,
I think he's gonna have a tough year this year, I think.
Let me tell you something, yeah. We only got lucky, yeah. Arsenal only got lucky last year because everybody else was shit. Yeah? We know everybody else, United, Chelsea, Liverpool, they were all going through their madness, yeah? And they were rubbish. And we were stable already. This year, not looking like that, yeah? It's not looking like that. Chelsea's back. Yeah, Liverpool looking like they're okay with that. What's his name? McAllister in that midfield looks all right there in that team there. And everybody else looks to be firing as normal. Chelsea look like they're coming back. Newcastle look good, don't they?
Very good.
Yeah.
Very good.
And to be honest, yeah, that team, we should have scored at least 4 or 5 goals.
Yeah.
These are the ones we're supposed to be scoring 5 goals against, you understand, if we're looking to be top boys, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm not impressed at all, not impressed. But like we said, it's early days still, you know?
Yes, definitely. First week.
Is it Man United tomorrow, isn't it? Man United against Wolves.
Wolves, yeah. Struggling Wolves, innit? Struggling Wolves, mate. Got no manager, have they? Oh, didn't they get thingy? What's his name?
My man from Bournemouth, innit? Sutton, Gary
O'Neill.
Is it Gary O'Neill? Yeah.
How good he's got a job, but it's a tough gig at the moment because Wolves just seem to be selling all their best players. There was a time when they were buying a lot of good players, but now he just seems to be selling more. So I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know
what's quite going on there with him.
I don't know if that guy's good at all, to be honest. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if he's good. Where was it? Bournemouth before, right?
Bournemouth, yeah.
And he got sacked, didn't he?
They sacked him. I mean, he kept him up, but they sacked him. So, I mean, that's the issue, isn't it?
Don't know, mate. Because that Bournemouth, they looked all right still. Bournemouth, innit? They were fighting. They were attacking in that. This day, the other day. So.
West Ham game.
Yeah, 1-1.
Yeah, the Irons.
Bro, Chelsea have just, like you said, they signed my man on an 8-year contract, bad man. What's going on?
Who's that?
Eight-year contract with an option for a further 12 months. So basically, they've signed a man on a 9-year contract, bad man.
It's Chelsea. They done that with, and they do that with
they do it with everyone.
Mick, what's his name? That the Ukrainian Mudryk.
Mudryk. Yeah, they got him on some 8-year. Bad man, they're doing some death row thing, some Suge Knight thing, bad man. Everyone on some long contract, bad man. They're doing some madness.
Yeah, too long, isn't it? But it's interesting why they're doing it. That's their business model now, and whacking them up on all these super long-term contracts.
Because remember, they were supposed last year. They said what Chelsea was doing was wrong, and they tried to say we're going to bring it to the max you can give them is 5 years, but they still haven't done it. So Chelsea's just exploiting it, isn't it?
Exploiting the system, and like you said,
why not?
If they have to sell their players, chances are they'll get top dollar for them because they're on such long-term contracts. You know what I mean?
Liverpool's pissed though because they agreed a deal, but my man said he wants to go Chelsea, innit? He said he don't want to live in Liverpool.
Gonna be down in London. Well, he's in the South Coast anyway, isn't it? He was
anyway, so it's local for him, innit?
It's close to him, innit? But you know what's weird? Look how much players Brighton have lost over time, man. They've lost some really good players. It's a shame. Like him. Yeah, and they're still good, isn't it? They're still good. That shows you they've got a good scouting network there. You know what I mean?
Good scout, yeah.
Because they've sold McAllister, Trossard, Casado,
Basuma.
McAllister. No, who else did he sell? McAllister, Trossard,
Basuma.
Basuma as well. Exactly. Look at all that.
Cucurella to Chelsea, left back.
Sold a lot of players, man. Oh, obviously Ben White to you guys.
Oh yeah, they must have easily made 300 million easily.
Yeah, crazy.
They just made 115 million off Caicedo, but man, what's going on?
Turning out if they kept all them, they have a pretty decent team though.
Yeah, but they're still producing. Didn't you see what they were doing against? Bruv, their scouting thing is just mad. They can carry on doing. Who used to be that? Was that West Ham back in the day teacher that were like that, where they used to bring through and then they sell?
You're talking about fucking Rio Ferdinand, Joe Cole times, right?
Yes, and Jermaine Defoe and them, man.
Yeah, they used to be good back in them times. Not anymore.
Not anymore. What they produced, man like Declan Rice, but you know.
Did they?
Yeah, right.
When he a Chelsea player or something, no?
No, he was at Chelsea. Yeah, he was at Chelsea, and then they rejected him as a youth, and then he went to West Ham, innit? So yeah, so you could be right. Maybe it is that time's past them still, man.
But still early doors, like you said, guys. But yeah, there've been a few goals about it. Decent first week, isn't it?
All right. Well, in my eyes, this is the wrap up, guys. Nice show.
Blessings, man.
1 hour and 20 minutes is long enough. It's more than enough, yeah? Listen, we got something coming for the Wednesdays. We drop the Wednesday thing, and we're trying to bring in like a focus thing for Wednesdays. Focus on people, certain people in the community that done good in the community, that are inspirational, or some people who've had some kind of something bad happen to them, and we think it's a nice thing to share. So this is what we're gonna do on the Wednesday. So whenever that drops, be there for that. Everyone, be there for that, listeners. Yeah, because it's gonna be a good one. It's gonna be hopefully it's gonna be over an hour. Yeah, hour and a half of just history of whoever this person is, and if any of you guys out there think there's anyone worth recommending for that thing, just drop us a line. The links are all there. You know what I'm saying? Like and subscribe. We need more subscribers. So jump in, tell your friends. Yeah, please. More subscribers. Yeah, more likes. Everybody and all the comments. Big up the comments. Becky Lou, listener, Mr. The Creative 99. Big up, Mr. The Creative 99. Give me a call, Mr. Creative. Yeah, when you're local again. I know I missed you that last time, but holler at me. You got my number. Some of the pictures on there are on that webpage, dryghostproductions.com. Everything's for sale on there, so don't be scared. Yeah, don't be scared. Put your hands in your pocket. You understand? Do not be scared, guys. Yeah. We got a lot of things on there, and it can go for anything: pictures, cards, whatever you want. Yeah. So big up everyone. Thank you for the chats. It's been very responsive today, and it was a really good one. So blessings for everyone, and we'll catch you next week, guys. Bless up.
Blessings.
Yeah, big up, guys. Big up, man.
Blessings.